I'm great, sir. I'm doing great, and I hope you are also doing great.
Yes, it's really. How was your day? It was a busy day, perhaps today for you, Hannah.
Yes, yes, sir. It was. I was tied up, but I love to be busy because once you are idle, all the negative thoughts just surround
You are
you.
right.
So
Yes,
better, yes.
you are right.
So
You are,
better to stay
this,
busy.
this is what I told you yesterday. Okay, always seek
Yes,
work for yourself. Seek
right.
productive work that keeps you
Yes,
on the
sir.
track.
Yes, sir.
So, what do we
So
discuss
I am.
today? What do we discuss
Yes,
today?
sir. There are so many doubts, we can say, or confusions when it
Mhm.
comes to grammatical concepts. And
Yes.
whenever we talk about grammatical concepts, tenses are the biggest hurdle when it
Mhm.
comes to speaking English, because many people have good knowledge of tenses, but when it comes to usage of tenses in daily life conversations, then we stuck somewhere.
Mhm.
So I want you to elaborate or to tell us that trick with which we can master tenses and we can easily use tenses
Mhm.
without getting confused.
Okay. Now, Neha, actually, when I do a program for teachers, uh, I tell them that I will not discuss any grammar with you, but the whole grammar will build up in the background of our interaction. This is what I tell them. And since they are teachers, I ask them to list all the grammatical topics for me. Now,
Okay.
you are only talking about tense. Matlab, I don't confine myself to the tense alone. As a teacher, you should know, okay, what is the total range of grammatical uh, uh, issues that a learner is supposed to know. So I give them a list of 10 topics. 10. Beginning with tense. Okay, number one, tense. Number two, uh, active passive voice. Number three, narration. Number four, parts of speech. Number five, determiners. Number six, qualifiers. Number seven, phrases. And number eight, non finite verbs. Number nine, clauses. And then number 10, modals.
Okay.
This is grammar. This is the total range of grammar. And you tell me if anything is left out, you can just let me know.
No, sir. No, even I was not able to recall all the 10.
Good.
So,
Now see, this is the total range of grammar. And
okay.
the way the method that we are now choosing to share with our followers, watchers, and see this method, it will just show them, okay, how all these topics are beautifully covered in the background, and they are covered not at the level of learning alone, they are covered at the level of their understanding. See, working like we are going to working in this system, our learners will understand, they will not simply learn the whole grammar, they will understand the whole grammar. This is the type of thing that this is what we are going to do for them. And now let us begin with the tense, for example, because you talked about the tense, and on my list also, the tense is the first item. Now,
Mhm.
let us begin with the definition of the tense. If you ask most of the people if what the tense is,
Mhm.
you most of the time you may not get a clear answer
Right.
from the even teachers. They will tell you,
Right.
okay, there is a past tense, there is a present tense, there is future tense.
Present tense.
This is what they will tell you. And this is not tense. These are only three units of time. These are three units of time only. Past, present, future. These are the three units of time. And so then what is tense? Tense,
Mm.
the exact grammatical definition of tense is the form of verb in time. Tense, tense is the
Is form of.
form of verb in
Right.
time. This
Right,
is the
sir.
definition. This is the definition of the tense. Okay. So when we are talking about tense, actually we are talking about mastering the forms of verb that help us make sensible structures. This is what we plan to do. Okay. And so what do? I do not teach my students any tenses. I tell them you should know a basic fact about communication. A basic fact about communication is that in all languages, this is my experience. Somebody may probably challenge me on this understanding, but I believe that in all languages we we use only 8 different sentence structures. There is no ninth structure. There is no ninth
Okay.
structure. And see, all English speaking people, all Hindi speaking people, all Punjabi speaking people, time and again, when they are talking, when they are reading, when they are writing, they are using only, see, a small set of 8 structures. There is no ninth structure. And now because our audience, because our audience is Hindi audience, Neha. Now I am now speaking out. I'm speaking out those 8 different structures in Hindi for you, and 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 you will carefully take note of these 8 structures, and then you will think and you will let me know, is there anything that is anything that can be said out of this small kind of set of 8 structures. Okay.
Okay.
Now what are those 8? Now look at those 8 sentences.
Mhm.
वह एक अध्यापक है. First one.
Okay.
वह एक अध्यापक है. Okay. Number 2, उसके पास बहुत सी किताबें हैं. उसके पास बहुत सी किताबें हैं. नंबर 3, वो हर महीने एक किताब खरीदता है. वो हर महीने एक किताब खरीदता है. नंबर 4, वो एक कॉलेज में पढ़ा रहा है. वो एक कॉलेज में पढ़ा रहा है. नंबर 4. नंबर 5, उसने अपनी अपनी लाइब्रेरी बना ली है. उसने अपना पुस्तकालय बना लिया है. उसने अपनी लाइब्रेरी बना ली है. उसने अपनी लाइब्रेरी बना ली है. उसने अभी नेक्स्ट सिक्स सेंटेंस इज उसने अभी बहुत सी किताबें पढ़नी है. उसने अभी बहुत सी किताबें पढ़नी है. 7th सेंटेंस इज उसे किताबों पर पैसे खर्च करने पड़ते हैं. उसे किताबों पर पैसे खर्च करने पड़ते हैं. एंड 8th सेंटेंस इज वो पैसे आसानी से खर्च कर सकता है. आई एम रिपीटिंग. सी, आई एम रिपीटिंग दीज सेंटेंसेस. वो एक अध्यापक है. उसके पास बहुत सी किताबें हैं. वो हर महीने एक किताब पढ़ता है. वो एक कॉलेज पढ़ा रहा है. उसने अभी
पढ़ा रहा है.
बहुत सी पुस्तकें उसने अभी बहुत सी पुस्तकें खरीदनी है. और उसे पुस्तकों पर
उसने अपनी
पैसे नहीं,
लाइब्रेरी
मे बी
उसने अपनी लाइब्रेरी बना ली है.
बना ली है. Yes, I missed it.
हाँ.
I missed out on this.
Yes.
This
हाँ.
was the sixth sentence. Huh? So
Right.
let me quickly. You may edit this part again. See, let me repeat those. See in the right order again. वह एक
Okay.
अध्यापक है. वह एक अध्यापक है.
Right.
उसके पास बहुत सी पुस्तकें हैं. वो हर महीने एक पुस्तक पढ़ता है. वो एक कॉलेज में पढ़ा रहा है. उसने अपनी लाइब्रेरी बना ली है. उसने अभी और पुस्तकें खरीदनी है. उसे पुस्तकों पर पैसे खर्च करने पड़ते हैं. वो पैसे आसानी से खर्च कर सकता है.
Done.
These are the 8 structures. Neha, can you say something about this teacher now? In a way that does not use one of these 8 again and again. Now, just try. Just try. I have given you my number of 8 sentences. Okay.
Okay.
And now you just think, can you say something about this teacher? Something new about this teacher without using any one of these 8, by using some new structure. Can you say anything old or new about this teacher by using a new structure that is out of these 8? Just give thought to it. Give thought to it. Whatever you can say about a teacher, you will depend only on these 8 structures. But again, try. I'm interrupting you. Again, try whether you can think of a 9th structure, a new structure to say something more about this teacher.
No, sir. No, sir. Right now, I can't think, and I don't think so. That I am able to think any more structure. So
no, Right? Give after this session also. Give thought to this suggestion after this session too. But now for the time being, we agree that there is no ninth structure. There is no ninth
Yes.
structure. So what is the tense now? The tense is that I should know the proper forms of verb to say
Hmm.
these in these sentences in English. That's all. This
Right.
is your tense. If I learn the skill of using eight verb forms to say
Hmm.
these sentences in English, my tense is covered. My tense is
Okay.
automatically.
Right.
Rather, let me point out one thing here. This is what I do whenever I'm talking to teachers. I ask the teachers on my day one. I ask the teachers to speak out all the English sentences that they can that they can, so that we
Okay.
list the different structures. And you know
Right.
what happens? You know what happens? Those teachers only in 2 days even they can list only six structures out
Oh.
there. And there is a reason for that. Why do they list those six structures? And that takes time for them because they have been see, in conventional grammar, in
Yes.
teaching English through tenses, they are limited to those six only. For example,
Oh.
what is when they teach tense, what do they teach? They teach जैसे look at the the third sentence. What was the third sentence? Third sentence.
वो हर महीने एक किताब खरीदता है या पढ़ता है.
Is that not in the language of tense? This is simple. This is simple.
Yes.
This
Simple.
is
Simple.
move on. Then move on to the next. Move on to the next.
वो एक कॉलेज में पढ़ा रहा है.
What is this?
This is
Continuous tense.
continuous. Right.
Continue.
Right.
Again, take the next step. उसने अपना
उसने अपनी
पुस्तकालय खोला है. Hmm? उसने
उसने
अपनी
अपनी
library.
लाइब्रेरी. हाँ. Have.
What is this? Is
Has.
perfect.
Have.
This is
Perfect.
perfect. Okay.
Perfect.
And
Hmm.
and look here. They now they only teach this much.
Yes.
And what is the fourth thing that the fourth tense that they teach is they call it perfect continuous. They add amount of
Right.
time. Okay, this is what they
हाँ.
do.
Yes.
they for example वो पढ़ा रहा है. This is continuing.
हाँ.
वो
Continue.
वर्षों से पढ़ा रहा है. What is the
पढ़ा रहा है.
fourth perfect continuous? This is what
Perfect continuous. Right.
okay, this is what they do. But
Yes.
this perfect continuous actually, see, it is a category of continuous tense only. This what
Right.
I believe.
Yes.
Amount of time. It is continuous plus amount of time. This how I interpret.
Amount.
So you know what? So this is what the teachers do. They never Neha not read out your sixth and seventh structure. Read out sixth and seventh.
उसने अभी बहुत सी किताबें पढ़नी हैं.
No, how do they? Does any teacher teach you this sentence? So look at this. Notice, because it is not in their, it is not in the familiar family of the tense for them. They never teach it. They never teach it. And now move on. Look at the seventh sentence, for example. Seventh. What is the seventh sentence?
उसने उसने किताबों पर उसे किताबों पर पैसे खर्च करने पड़ते हैं.
No, do they teach you in English in tense? They never teach it.
No, no,
The,
not
huh,
in tenses.
yes, now these sixth and seventh structures, a good speaker of English later on automatically learns see these structures from somewhere.
Yes.
Okay, but
Yes.
but teaching tense, when he is learning
Yes.
through tense, he's
No.
never taught this tense.
No.
So and modals, of course, the eighth is modals. Modals are taught, of course. Modals
Yes.
are taught in school. Okay,
Model.
so
Right.
now so look at our system. Our system is more comprehensive than the mere tense teaching. Understand?
Yes.
It right in the beginning, it teaches you two extra structures that are
Right.
not covered by the teaching of tenses. So we
Exactly.
cover both. So now if any learner, he clearly understands the differences in these see among these eight, how the one is different from the other, and he
Mhm.
starts saying them with the proper forms of verb that we will call them verb patterns. Now these
Exactly.
the Hindi sentences that we have written here, we will call them structures. We will call them structures. And these structures, when somebody learns how to say these structures in English with the help of verb patterns. So on the one hand, you have these 8 structures, and
Yes.
parallel to them, we will have 8 verb patterns.
8
So
verb.
once you have started saying them, these 8 structures in correct verb forms, you have mastered tense, and you have mastered more than the tense. The tense teaches you, we teach more than the tense, 2 extra structures to them. So this is what we are going to do in our system. So, okay, so whosoever is interested in mastering tense in our system, that person first of all will have to acquaint himself with these 8 mother tongue structures very clearly, very clear. And now uh, I have given them names. We know these 8 structures. I have given them, these are categories. These are the 8 categories of sentence. Okay. And we have named them. For example, in my system, in my book, or in my videos, YouTube videos, these structures they are given proper names. For example, the first sentence, वो एक अध्यापक है. This category is called things. You can note down. In English, we will call it things category. THINGS. Things category. So this is the name of this category. What does it mean? It means that when you are simply describing things, any kind of thing, living thing or non-living thing, so you are using one category of structures. Now there can be examples from the past, from the present, and from the future. For example, मैं सुबह अपने घर पे था, मेरा दोस्त मेरे साथ था, और बहुत ठंड थी, और बहुत 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 ठंड थी. Look at these 3 sentences. तो इन तीनों में I have not referred to any activity. I have described myself, I have described my friend, and I have described the condition of the weather. Okay. Come to the present. कमरा बहुत बड़ा है, दरवाजा खुला है. कमरा बहुत बड़ा है, दरवाजा खुला है. हाँ. और इस कमरे में एक सोफा सेट है. Look at these sentences. Again, I am describing things. ठीक है ना? और मैं इस कमरे में हूं. No activity. Now move on to the future. Now let us now move on to the future. ठीक है? Similar sentences. वो किसान खेत में होगा. और सुबह का समय होगा. और अभी अंधेरा होगा. और खेत में थोड़ी सी सीलन होगी, something like that. No, look at, I'm just thinking whatever comes to my mind. There can be simpler sentence. Well, now let us see. For example, मैं कहूँ कि मैं मार्केट में था, दुकानें खुली थी, और मेरी पत्नी मेरे साथ थी. प्रेजेंट में ले लो. मैं मार्केट में हूँ, दुकानें खुली हैं, मेरी पत्नी मेरे साथ. मैं मार्केट में होऊंगा, मेरी पत्नी मेरे साथ होगी, दुकानें खुली होंगी. Like yes. So such structures, such sentences are called things sentences, where you do not discuss any activity, you are simply describing living or non-living things or their situation. That's all. Okay. The second था, उसके पास बहुत सी किताबें हैं. Okay. This is our second sentence. Now this is a new idea. Now in this sentence, I'm talking about somebody having something. This is possession. You call it possession. Possess, you know the English word possess, P-O-S-S-E-S-S, possess. Possess means to own something. So this is the idea of possession, the idea of ownership. Okay. So when I say that he is a teacher, I am describing a thing. When I say that he has books, I am talking about his possession. And possession is a new idea. आप कहो कि वो बहुत अमीर आदमी था, उसके पास 2 दुकानें थी. वो एक सिपाही है, उसके पास बंदूक है. वो एक किसान होगा, और उसके पास एक ट्रैक्टर होगा. So this is the second idea, the idea of possession. Okay. Now move on to the third. The third is that वो हर महीने एक किताब पढ़ता है. Now
पढ़ता है.
from here we enter into the area of activity now. All the next sentences would be activity sentences. Activity sentences,
Okay.
okay? And in Hindi, when we think of activity structures, mainly we are talking about three kinds of activity: simple activity, continuing activity, and perfect activity. What is simple activity? Simple activity is when you simply share information with other people. For example, मैं सुबह उठता हूँ, मेरा दोस्त आता है, हम दोनों बाग में जाते हैं, सैर करते हैं. This is simple.
Yes.
So this is simple. In this case, in our example, we said that वो बहुत सी किताबें पढ़ता है. This was our example. So simple activity means simply describing the things. And the next one is continuing. Continuing means you talk about an activity that is going on at the time when you are speaking.
Going
Okay.
on. Yes.
मैं बोल रहा हूँ, आप सुन रहे हो.
मैं लिख
हम
रही हूँ.
हम टेंस पे चर्चा कर रहे हैं, और
कर रहे हैं.
हम टेंस को एक नए तरीके से समझने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं. तो दिस इज कंटिन्यूइंग
समझने
एक्टिविटी.
की.
दिस इज कंटिन्यूइंग.
Right.
और यहाँ अपनी एग्जांपल में क्या था कि वो एक स्कूल में पढ़ा रहा है, कॉलेज में पढ़ा रहा है, वो एक कॉलेज में पढ़ा रहा है.
पढ़ा रहा है.
दिस वाज दिस वाज So now the fifth is perfect. Perfect means the activity finally the activity ended. See the activity
Yes.
completed itself. See for
Completed.
example, हाँ मैं कहूँ कि हमने 10 मिनट बात कर ली है, और हमने कई नई चीजें सीख ली हैं, हाँ? और हाँ, और हमने एक आसान तरीका समझ लिया है, वगैरह वगैरह. द एक्टिविटी दैट इज ओवर.
Yes.
यहाँ हमारी एग्जांपल में क्या था कि उसने अपनी लाइब्रेरी बना ली है. दिस वाज द एग्जांपल. Okay. Acha. So now, up to now, we have listed 5 and we have named them. Number 1, things.
Yes.
Number 2, possession. Number 3, simple.
Possession.
Simple
Simple.
activity. In the bracket, we'll say simple activity. And then continuing activity. And then perfect activity. Now, the sixth one, I have given now this is the name I have given to the sixth category. What was your example? Your example was कि उसने अभी और किताबें खरीदनी है. This was your example. Okay.
हाँ
हाँ.
जी.
हाँ. So what do we call it?
Yes, sir.
We call it intention sentences. I हाँ, मर्जी. जो किसी की कुछ करने की मर्जी हो. That is intention. intention. Intention.
Right.
इंटेंशन सेंटेंस. सो इट वाज एन इंटेंशन सेंटेंस. जैसे आप कहोगे कि मैंने सुबह उठना है, मैंने एक बस पकड़नी है, फिर मैंने लुधियाना जाना है, वहां पे मैंने कॉन्फ्रेंस अटेंड करनी है, शाम को मैंने वापस आ जाना है. सो दिस इज इंटेंशन. ओके. तो फॉर एग्जाम्पल, सरकार ने गरीबों की मदद करनी है, सरकार ने नई स्कीमें बनानी है, सरकार ने लोगों को लाभ देना है, वगैरह वगैरह. दिस इज इंटेंशन. So our sixth category is intention. Okay. And now let us move on to the seventh category. Seventh category was कि उसे किताबों पे पैसे खर्च करने पड़ते हैं.
पढ़ते हैं.
पढ़ते. So what do we call it? Compulsion. This is the category of compulsion. COMPULSION. Compulsion category. It is compulsion. आप देखो, कहूँ कि मुझे सुबह उठना पड़ता है, ठंडे पानी से नहाना पड़ता है, साइकिल चलाना पड़ता है, फिर गांव के स्कूल में जाना पड़ता है, फिर वहां पे 2 बजे तक रहना पड़ता है. Such sentence. This is compulsion. Okay. And then last is modals. Modals is what is modals are a special set. It is a special set of verbs, and we can list them also. For example, shall, should, will, would, can, could, may, might, ought to, and then must. So there is a limited number of these models, and these models actually they capture a kind of mood. They capture a mood in the statement. Now, see, when I say that I'm a teacher, it is a simple statement. But when I say I can teach you very easily, now this can add something special to my statement. Okay, something about my capacity to do something. Okay. Huh? Or so when you say may I come in, this may actually is adding some kind of formality or that idea to the sentence. Okay. So, Neha, we will start the whole business of teaching tense or learning tense with this basic understanding. Okay. Our learners, they must know that they would cover more than the tense if they first of all familiarize with themselves with these 8 mother tongue categories. Okay,
Right.
what you should do, we should tell our learners now that they should start writing sentence. If they are speaking Hindi, they should start writing Hindi sentence. If they are paragraphs, long paragraphs, for example, or whatever comes to their mind, whatever, so they should start long paragraphs. They should start writing long paragraphs in Hindi or Punjabi, and then they should try to find out if which particular, this is called structure identification. They
Mm-hmm.
should identify these structures in their mother tongue
Right.
paragraphs. Okay, and
Right.
and and very soon, when they are clear on they properly start identifying structures. Okay,
Yes.
then at once we make them, we help them say these structures in English with the help of proper verb
Got
patterns, and
got it.
their whole tense is covered. The whole tense is covered.
Yes.
Okay,
Right.
and how they are to work. Let me give, see, probably we would be wrapping up this discussion very soon. So, for example, any learner, he can write on anything. Hindi paragraph, for example, आप कहो कि
Yes.
वही कि मैं मार्केट में था, मेरी पत्नी मेरे साथ थी,
Got
मेरी जेब में एक पर्स था, और
it.
मैंने पर्स निकाला, और फिर मैंने वो कुछ पैसे अपनी पत्नी को दिए, और
Okay.
मेरी पत्नी कुछ चीजें ढूंढ रही थी, और उसे एक
Oh,
चीज पसंद आ गई, उसे एक चीज
yeah.
पसंद आ गई थी. ओके, अच्छा सुनो, now look at these sentences. When our learner will focus on these sentences, वो उसे क्या पता चलेगा कि मैं मार्केट में था, मेरे पास एक पर्स था, नहीं सॉरी,
First time.
मैं मार्केट में था, मेरी पत्नी मेरे साथ थी, मेरा दोस्त मेरे
मेरे
साथ
साथ
था.
ही
थिंक सेंटेंसेस. ठीक है ना.
थे.
बच्चा,
Yes.
मेरे पास पर्स था, ये क्या है, ये दिस इज पोजेशन. पर्स में पैसे थे, दिस इज अगेन थिंग्स. ओके,
Okay.
अच्छा, मैंने पैसे अपनी पत्नी को दिए, दिस इज सिंपल. हाँ, मेरी पत्नी कुछ चीजें ढूंढ रही थी, वो इधर उधर जा रही थी, और मैं उसे देख रहा था. हाँ, और बहुत जल्दी उसने एक चीज पसंद कर ली थी, दिस इज परफेक्ट. हाँ,
Perfect. Yes.
अब मैंने उसके लिए पेमेंट करनी थी, दिस इज माई इंटेंशन. दिस इज
Yes.
माई इंटेंशन. ओके, सो वो मेरी पत्नी को अपने मनपसंद की चीज ढूंढने के लिए बहुत मेहनत करनी पड़ती थी.
But
दिस इज कंपल्शन. दिस इज कंपल्शन. और वो 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 मेहनत आसानी से कर सकती थी. दिस इज अ
perfect.
मोटिव. Okay, so
Right.
let not, probably this is the idea that we should give to our learners, that they should start writing whatever comes to their mind, Hindi paragraphs, Punjabi paragraphs, and they should start identifying the structure.
Structure. Right.
Okay, so this is the first step to master the tense in English.
Yes. Yes. Exactly.
Okay, Neha, is it enough for today?
Yes, sir. Enough because first we need to understand the structure, and
Yes.
yes, once
Ah,
we are
and
familiar with all this structure, we
structures,
are good to go. Yes.
we start saying them with now. But the moment we are familiar with structures, we have the
Yes.
verb patterns, forms to say them in English, and we have covered the tense. And rather, in our system, we have covered more than the tense, because we have covered the intention and compulsion also. Okay,
Right, sir.
okay. Uh,
So,
anything? Should we wind up now? Wind it up now.
yes,
Okay,
sir.
for today.
I guess
Huh?
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
Ah,
sir. For today,
ah,
this is sufficient, and I am again at loss for words because we never think like this. It's that's called sir experience, and experience always leads to creativity. Now I
yes, yes.
can yes
Yes. Now
realize.
look here. Any person who has the faculty of thinking properly, he would he
Yes,
would he would observe his problem, and then he would try to understand it, and then he would come up with the solution also. Like we talked about it yesterday. You came from the Hindi background, I come from Punjabi
Yes,
background, and we suffered a lot. And that suffering has given us an easier solution for ending the suffering of other people also. Okay.
yes.
Okay.
Moreover, sir, you are just denying that particular conventional thinking that we should stop thinking in our native language. You are just breaking these mindsets of people that we can't learn this language through native tongues, but we
Yes.
can learn. We can learn.
The oh no, look here. Some people, like I told you yesterday also, there is a
Yes,
fault approach. Some people tell you that you can learn English. No, sometimes I hear a very funny sentence from certain scholars. They say that you can learn English only if you dream in English, if you think in English, if you
yes,
like this. So no, I ask them one question. I ask them, you can let me know whether thinking process is a linguistic process. I ask them this question. Whether you just let me know whether thinking process is a linguistic process.
no,
thought
not at all.
thought comes first, and then to communicate that thought to others, you use a language. That's all.
Thank
So
you.
language, you never think in you never dream or think in languages. You thoughts and
Yes,
dreams are a different stuff. Okay. Yes, to communicate them you use a medium of communication.
right.
And if your Punjabi is good, you can say it in Punjabi. If your English is as good, you can say it in English also. Your convenience, your choice. That's all.
Yes, yes, yes,
That's
sir.
all. It is simple. Rather, mother tongue has a very vital role to play. Now, for example, when we come to discuss simple present, you again, mother tongue helps you over there. Uh, mm, you know, why do we use only V1 with plurals and V1 plus S or ES with singular? This is a very important issue. And the answer to it is that like nouns are singular and plural, the
But
verbs
Bob,
verbs in the language are also singular or plural
singular
verbs.
and plural. Right, sir.
Okay,
Right.
but how do you understand that? Mother tongue
Hmm.
will help, and when we come to discuss that, I'll tell you how mother tongue helps you. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Nice talking to you. God bless you. Good night.
Thank you
Hope
so much, sir. Good night.